The year is 2012. NDCube have taken over as the developers for the Mario Party franchise, and they have huge shoes to fill. They're not exactly new to making party games, as they worked on Wii Party and Wii Play Motion, which were joyful successes. But NDCube wanted to do something new. They wanted to make Mario Party 9 memorable. And they sure succeeded in doing that.
The entire concept of Mario Party has been completely turned on its head, and it kinda sucks.
What the is this?
9 games it took them to jump the shark with this f***ing car!
So, yeah, people don't like this game. The game came out on March 2nd in Europe, a whole 9 days before America, and because I'm a fan of the series, I really wanted to make some videos, and whoa, mother! Look at those views! Oh, baby! Yeah, some of these videos have done alright. Not my best work, especially since this was 10 years ago and my personality was obnoxious, but hey, we get better, we learn, we make high quality videos now. People could argue that my videos are still garbage, but shh. The majority of people don't like this game. I am in the minority that loves it. In fact, this is one of my favourites in the series. Did NDCube change the formula? Yes. Is that formula bad? No. Sure, it's a very different experience, and if you're looking for the classic Mario Party gameplay, which we can all agree is amazing, then you might be disappointed. But if you box yourself into yearning for the past, you're missing something pretty great. It is true that the gameplay style probably does get worse as more titles are released, but specifically talking about Mario Party 9 here, they nail it. Let's take a look at the most divisive Mario Party game. What is it about mostly luck-based games that people like? Is it the competitive element? I won the board! I'm the luckiest person in the world! Oh, maybe I should go buy a lottery ticket. Or maybe it's the bits in between, where there's no luck involved at all. The minigames in the Mario Party series are famously incredibly fun and rarely become dull, so maybe it is that. I sure as hell get annoyed when luck intervenes and gives my opponent a star for just landing on a space at pure chance. But then again, minigames like Bowser's Big Blast is incredibly fun because it's intense due to it being luck. Perhaps feeling rage at horrible luck coming your way is part of the thrill. Don't you agree, you little masochist? It's probably different strokes for different folks, different dice for different mice, right? I'd argue maybe the best part of Mario Party isn't the winning or being the luckiest in the room, it's the strategy of overcoming luck that feels good. I found a way to single-handedly screw my opponent over and now I'm in the lead. So maybe that's why Mario Party 9 didn't do as well. It's kind of impossible to send your opponent to the other side of the board and steal the star first when you're both in the same vehicle racing towards the same goal at all times. Well, stick around, because on top of going through all that's good and bad, I'll be giving you a way to play that adds a lot more depth to the experience, should you want an alternate way, of course. First off, it's a visual delight. It's nearing the end of the Wii's life cycle, so it's a pretty sexy looking Wii game. Oh, look at Birdo! So yeah, this game is straight fire. I mean, the 5th board has rising lava and everything. The plot, yes, this game has a plot, is about Bowser and Bowser Jr. stealing the mini-stars. They use Henry Hoover to suck them all up, so our heroes travel the boards to reach them and stop Bowser and Bowser Jr. However, Bowser has sent Kamek and Shy Guy to intervene. Yep, it's pretty basic, but who cares, right? I mean, it doesn't matter. As I mentioned before, you're in a vehicle all working towards the same goal. In the solo mode, you'll have 1 to 3 rivals, 1 or 2 of which will always be Shy Guy or Kamek. If they win, it's game over, and you have to start the board from the beginning, but if anyone else wins, you proceed. So yes, even if you don't specifically win, you can still win, which is kind of nice since you are all working against the AI. You determine the turn order like in the previous games, and then you move along a fixed track. All of you move together, and all of you die together! Along the path, there are stars to collect and stars to lose. The evil stars are called mini-stars. With a Z. Stars. Yes, it's bad. Just call them evil stars and be done with it. You can land on dice spots, minigame zones, Bowser spaces that can shake things up, backward spaces, forward spaces, exclamation point spaces which can get you an extra dice or steal stars from someone or what have you. There are extra blue and red note spots which can win you some bonus stars or lose you some bonus stars. And the person with the most mini stars wins, but don't go thinking it's an easy win. There are plenty of ways to gain and lose stars, so it's always a pretty close race right to the end. If you've not seen this before, you're probably looking at this thinking that there's not a huge amount of strategy, but that's where you'd be wrong. You can collect dice throughout the board, and knowing when to utilise these is part of the fun. Some let you roll 1 to 3, some 4 to 6, 1 to 10, 0 to 1, or a slow dice between 1 to 6 to essentially choose your destination. Oh right! This is the first game where the dice doesn't go to 10, it's 1 to 6 now. You know, like a normal dice. If the boards didn't have fun gimmicks, this game would be nothing, but thankfully there's a lot to shake up the boards. For a start, boss fights. There are 2 per board, one halfway and one at the end, and let me tell you, these bosses are amazing. Like legit, they are so fun, and they each have 2 phases to them. Depending on how many hits you get against the boss, you'll get more stars. The person who lands on the boss space gets more too, so there is a strategy to ensuring it's you. And since we're praising bosses, which are essentially giant minigames, there are minigames! 82 of them to be exact, and these are arguably some of the best in the entire series. A lot of them have motion controls, but they actually feel really, really great. Genuinely one of the best feeling motion control games, and that's saying something. Wait, what was I talking about before? Oh yeah, the inevitability of death. These poor bosses! Lakitu shot multiple times in the face, Wiggler crushed to death, Chain Chomp blown up, and the list goes on! They're not hurting anyone. Bowser just got pissed because his Henry was sucking off a Dyson. No, I'm sorry, that's not fair on Henry. Dyson is overpriced corporate scum. Henry deserves better, like a Hetty or a James or an AEG. Or all 3? I don't know if vacuum cleaners have the concept of monogamy. Anyway, let's move on to something more cheery, like the soundtrack. Hands down, best Mario Party soundtrack. Man, I could gush over the soundtrack forever, but that's for another time. Mario Party isn't what it is without excellent boards, and the boards in this game are among some of my favourites in the franchise. Where in the original games you're looping around the same flat or varied area, in this game you're on the move, so they've put so much effort into making this whole world look vast and gorgeous. But because of the mobility, they can also implement gimmicks to spice up each board that complements the gameplay perfectly. The first board is Toad Road, and because it's the first board, there isn't really a gimmick, it's just teaching you the game. Though around 2/3 of the way through each board, there is usually a bonus area of sorts called a captain event. In the case of this board, it's an island you move up in the shape of a 9. Get it? Because it's not the 9th game, because there's a GBA title, an e-reader game, and a DS one? The second board is Bob-omb Factory, where the gimmick is connected to, you'll never guess, Bob-ombs! Once one shows up, it'll explode in 10 spaces. Just try and make sure that person isn't you, or you'll lose half your stars. It's also home to the double backward space. I have rolled a 6 on a backward space that took me into another backward space. It's kind of funny, to be fair. Probably more so when you learn that that happened to me during a speedrun with one of my friends. Yep, you can speedrun this game. Small tangent on this, because I genuinely recommend attempting a speedrun even if casually. There's a surprising amount of extra strategy you can implement. Blue spaces will give you a dice, but the game will also give you a minigame if it doesn't think you've had enough fun. So your goal is to try and avoid standard blue spaces at all costs. Even if a different space takes up some time, it won't be as long as a minigame. You can utilise various dice to get past these. If you speedrun the game long enough, you also start to understand exactly how the AI will work. Depending on exactly what spot you're on and how many stars you will have, I used to know exactly what the AI would do in any situation. Unfortunately, I was never lucky enough to get the world record. It's 8 minutes faster than mine, but I could theoretically improve my time by like 30 minutes if I was the luckiest person alive for 2 hours, so the category is technically wide open. Another small tangent, shout out to my Mario Party 10 speedrun being so good they made separate categories for difficulty. So all runs, regardless of difficulty, were on one page, but then I went and beat the world record by 4 minutes. The former world record was on easy difficulty, mine was on master, and you can only see my run if you change it to master difficulty on speedrun.com, so big rip there. Used to be on the same page as the easy one. Also, I seriously lucked out and did it in like 10 runs, so yay! Anyway, back to the boards. The third board is Boo's Horror Castle. If you're an alcoholic, this is a triggering board. The boos are constantly chasing you. Unfortunately for you, like in therapy, it's 1 step forward, 2 steps back, as the backward spaces will send you into their path to lose half of your mini-stars. The board is also a nightmare for speedruns. The final part of this board is a circle. Each time you reach this door, you have to roll the number or higher, and if you do, it'll let you proceed. If you don't, however, you'll need to do another rotation. Obviously, the more rotations, the slower it is, so you want to get in there in one shot. I discovered a genuine strategy that I'm pretty sure 100% guarantees this, but it comes with a lot of risk. If the evil AI is in first at the time of the door and they arrive at the door, they will always get the desired roll because they want to win. In solo mode, you don't choose difficulties, but it ramps up gradually, so the AI is smart enough at this point to know how to screw you. This is risky because you'll already be behind on stars, so you'll need to get enough to overtake them. As the person who opens the door, that means they'll also reach the boss, so they'll get bonus stars on that alone. So you won't get a huge boost, I think 4 if there's only 2 of you playing. Then, there are 3 sets of 5 bonus mini-stars, similarly to the original Mario Parties. These could be based on anything, like the most custom dice used, most minigames won, etc. Of course, however, if there's only 2 of you on a board, you're going to immediately lose a minigame to end it quickly if that's a possibility, so that bonus goes to them if it shows up. So, yeah, long-winded way of saying this is super hard. I'll stop talking about speedruns now, but I did want to bring that up because I thought it was a pretty cool strat. It's just also stupidly risky. Board 4 is the beautiful Blooper Beach. If you're a fan of sharks chasing you, diving for treasure, being trapped by a blooper and getting stuck on an island for 5 minutes, then you're in the right place. RNGesus Island is where you win or lose this board. There are a couple of spaces at the home stretch which take you to an island filled with mini-stars. You can only leave the island by landing on the right spot, so it's possible you could be going round and round collecting mini-stars for ages, which could either hurt or hinder you. It's pretty cool actually. The 5th board is home to the best music in the game. Have a nice listen to Magma Mine. I love this board. This is probably my favourite board in the game. It's intense, it's scary, it's just the perfect board for Mario Party exhilaration. If the AI takes you down a longer route with the lava catching up, oh boy, you're almost certainly screwed. Also, as we all know, every great game has either a secret behind the waterfall or a rising lava section, so naturally, this is a great game. No disputing, no disrespect to Mario Party 9 in my house. And then we arrive at the final board. Bowser Station can dish out a tremendous amount of stars thanks to Bowser's Dyson, as they gradually get stored up throughout the board, and that's going to create a very intense game, let me tell you. That, and naturally there are plenty of Bowser spots ready to cause chaos, unless you get lucky like I did, all culminating in an awesome final boss. Bowser rolls a dice and brings the other bosses out to attack you. How cool is that? Oh wait, did I say that was the final board? My mistake. Mario Party 9 features a lot of really cool extras from the museum, such as Master Difficulty, a way to listen to the soundtrack. Oh yes, beautiful! Variations of the vehicles you're on per board, the credits, and some cool constellations. There's quite a few of them, and you can pay points to make fireworks and stuff. I enjoyed this way more than I probably should. but you can also buy a 7th board for 500 mini-stars. You're guaranteed to get this many by beating story mode, so it's an easy unlock. This is DK's Jungle Ruins, a board based on Drunk Koala. No, wait, sorry, Donkey Kong. It's Donkey Kong. Yeah, this is pretty neat. You go around a circular board a couple of times and collect bananas and try to avoid... Zed bananas. Why? Why is it called that? Get out of the way, you crazy apes! I'm trying to see which barrel has the most bananas. This is very distracting. Oh, that's the point. But wait! We're still not done. There's a lot of extra bonus content that's more than just play 10 minigames in a row. It's play 12 minigames in a row because it's a boss rush! I actually really appreciate that they added the boss rush, since the bosses are seriously a lot of fun. And, okay, there is a 10 minigame thing like other Mario parties. But wait, they switched it up! There are 10 minigames from different camera perspective, which add a whole new challenge. And I actually really love this idea. I'd love to see it implemented again. Also, some of them are so hard. Oh my gosh, like, genuinely, good luck. Give it a go. It's so cool. Right, okay, no fooling around. There are minigame compilations where it is just plain minigames, but there are some fun modes behind it. Win minigames to climb steps, get to the top, have a terrible, horrifying Shy Guy balloon, and then it pops behind the congratulations. Win to plant flowers, win to use blocks to earn points, take part in 5 random minigames and win points depending on which ones you actually pick before they play, and a time trial mode where you play extended versions of existing minigames with little challenges thrown in. There are so many cool little additions. I love this kind of stuff. Oh, and of course, a proper version of Goomba Bowling, a Puyo Puyo type thing. It's not Puyo Puyo, it's more like the reverse, because it's on the bottom, but... yeah, no, you know what I mean. I don't know what this... It's fun. It's a nice fun time. And a good game of footy with the lads. Get in there, my son! Smash that Goomba's face in! So, yeah, as you can tell, there's a lot of love poured into this game. I can't state enough how fun the minigames are, how chaotic the boards can get, how exhilarating the closing stages of the boards are, regardless of which way the game goes, how gorgeous the game is, how many bops are in the soundtrack, how badass the bosses are, and much, much more. All of it is such a delight to me, and hopefully you'll give it another shot if you dismissed it back in the day. This is a different kind of Mario Party, but in my opinion, it's a fantastic one. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, I'd very much appreciate it if you left a like, subscribe, share the video around. I also have a Twitch, a Twitter, and a Patreon if you'd like to support me and the channel. Tell me, did you enjoy Mario Party 9 back in the day? Were you on the fence? Did you hate it? Would you consider going back now? And yeah, if you didn't like Mario Party 9, what's your favourite Mario Party? I do recommend giving it a go. It is a lot of fun if you give it a chance, and I do recommend trying the speedrun thing. It creates a whole new way to play when you're trying to avoid certain spaces and trying to, like, do certain things with dice. And yeah, it adds a lot more strategy if you didn't think there was enough strategy before. But thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.